Carl, no.
Yes. Oh.
You want to make a semen joke, don't you?
Would it kill you if I did?
Alright, well, make it quick. We all know you're good at that anyways.
Semen impregnating the global workforce with streams of ideas.
Anyways, how many of you guys in the audience went to the Kentucky Derby this past weekend?
Yeah, it was an epic weekend. I'm just a simple guy, look. But I always think of it as kind of a classy but pretentious affair. Yuppies getting dressed up in their finest seersuckers / boat wear. You're not really quite sure if they're like Northeastern or Kentuckian. I don't know.
I think many of you guys in the audience thought that you were going to roll into Louisville acting like a boss, kind of like Jack Nicholson. But instead, many of you guys had a weekend like this. $10 to anybody who can find this guy in the audience.
And 3 cigars that were in his mouth. So, many of you may have thought that you were going to be drinking mint juleps this weekend. I certainly did, but it ended up just being straight bourbon. Kind of like this, although I don't look like that. I wish I could. But many of you ended up drinking something like this all weekend.
So much for being classy. Speaking of, I don't know how many of you guys saw the New York Times article last fall profiling the super secret cohort at Harvard called Section X.
Right, Section X. I'm not sure what it actually takes to get into that. Does it take like a W-2, a minimum income, or an application or something?
Your firstborn child.
Yeah, I would assume so. Fair way to say that. But what would it take if there were a game show to determine the newest member of Section X?
Let's find out.
Who wants to be in Section X? As we all know, here in HBS, we have sections A through H reserved strictly for poor people, but access to an ultra-elite network and weekend trips to Iceland are only available to those members in Section X. So let's meet our candidates. First up, from Greenwich, Connecticut, Margaret. Can you please introduce yourself?
I really don't like to brag, but since you asked me, I descend from an uber-wealthy railroad family here in America. Yes, people still own railroads. That is, if by people, you mean the people in my family. Choo-choo, bitches.
Oh, choo-choo indeed. Thank you, Margaret. Next up, we have Tage. Tage, it says here that you run a hedge fund.
Yeah, when I was 16 years old, I built a quantitative asset pricing model and started my own hedge fund, which has since then made me the richest guy under the age of 25. And on a side note, I partied with Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, wow, what a box. So, your hedge fund, is it like a DFA?
Like DF, no way. I would never give my money to any charitable capacity.
Wow, we haven't even started the game yet and the judges awarded you 100 points. Great job, Tage. Next up, good evening, Theo.
My name is Théophile. I come from France, and I don't have time for silly games.
That is exactly the type of indifference that we're looking for here in Section X. Last up, Mikey, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Mikey. That's a lot of people. 2 years ago, I started a tech venture that recently IPO'd and popped.
So you just got rich?
Yeah.
Like new money rich?
Mm-hmm.
Yuck, new money. Ew, gross. I thought I smelled aqua di Gio.
Well then, now that we've met all our contestants, let's get started with the game. And our first question, where is the financial aid office?
Tage. It is in ATM on the corner of Kirkland and
Mikey.
The financial aid office is on 86 Braddock Street.
Unfortunately, new money, that is correct. And therefore we have to deduct you for actually knowing where the financial aid office is. Sorry Theo, this question's already been answered.
I don't care about your rules.
You're on fire. Alright, on to our second question. How much is a gallon of milk?
Wait, is this another trick question? Those are silly games, and I'm going to walk straight out of here.
Mikey.
Depends on where you go, but a gallon of milk at Dominic's is $3.50.
Come on, new money. You're a smart guy. Haven't you figured this game out yet?
$4.50 at Whole Foods.
Wait until you gave your money.
Oh, my name is Lenny.
I know what your name is. Alright, we're going to go on to our last question. We've got a tight one here, so whoever gets this right will be our winner and the newest member of Section X. Alright, and here we go. If you could be anywhere right now, where would you be? Begin writing your answers now.
Stop it.
All right, Tio, let's have at it. If you could be anywhere right now, where would you be?
Told you I was done with your silly games. I hope you die slow.
All right then. And number 3, Mikey, if you could be anywhere right now, where would you be? Space.
Jesus, new money. You haven't been to space yet? What have you been doing since you've gotten rich? Do you even own a passport?
It's coming. I just didn't want to pay for it to get expedited. I'm not going to win, am I?
Oh, of course not. All right, Tage, if you could be anywhere right now, where would you be?
it doesn't matter where I am, as long as I make money.
Wow. We're going to have to judge. I think we have a winner.
Wait, you haven't given me a chance to answer.
I mean, come on, you can't beat that. Congratulations, Paige. You are the winner, the newest member of Section X. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.